Oh honey, you won't believe this, but trust me, the tea is hotter than ever. Is Papo crying in the streets after Remy Ma fined him for that alimony bag? Oh, you heard correctly. Remy Ma just won big in court, and Papoose, let's just say, isn't taking it well. I mean, how do you go from holding a woman down while she's imprisoned, protecting her honor, and keeping her name alive, only to have her turn around and empty her bank account? The wildest part is that this wasn't just a quick court decision. No, this was strategic. Remy had this plan from the beginning. We're talking about secret meetings, shady legal maneuvers, and let's not forget the receipts. Oh baby, they're scalding, and now Papo is out here ashamed, humiliated, and rumored to have had to sell off some of his assets to pay the settlement. Oh honey, you're not prepared for how deep this mess goes, because the details I'm about to share will change everything. Stay locked in, because what I'm about to tell you next is messier than we thought. Okay everyone, grab your popcorn, because what I'm about to tell you is crazy. You thought was just about a small divorce settlement, but no baby, this goes much deeper than that. Let me explain everything for you. This is how it all began. After years of playing the ride to our game, Papo finally decided that enough was enough. The man had been pleading with Remy for a divorce for months. And we're not talking about a casual conversation over dinner, baby. Papoose was out here filing papers, calling lawyers, and doing everything by the book to get out of this marriage. But Remy's sister wasn't having it, and now we know why. According to an insider, who I have the inside scoop on, Remy was never planning to let Papo get away with it. Oh no, she knew exactly what she was doing. Behind the scenes, one of the best divorce lawyers in New York was planning her next move. Let's go back a little, because, as we all know, Papo kept Remy in check while she was incarcerated because he was raising their children, ensuring that her name would live on in the world, and keeping her music career alive. He was the epitome of loyalty, and when Remy eventually got out, she pretended to be appreciative, grinning in Papo's face and calling him her king. However, behind closed doors, it gets messy. I mean, reality TV level messy. Rumor has it that Remy has been sneaking around with Easy, the block captain, for it's not a coincidence that the same Easy who has been spotted at her shows and who has been posting all those cryptic Instagram captions about love and loyalty has been there for more than a year. But here's the part that will blow you away. Papo knew about it, yes. He's known for months, but instead of making a scene, he stayed silent because he believed he could handle this like a man privately behind closed doors. He believed he could work it out with Remy, but baby Remy wasn't interested in working it out. She had a plan. As Papoose tried to save the marriage, Remy was already assembling her legal team. The last time I looked, Remy Ma was out headlining shows, signing endorsement deals, and booking TV appearances. But somehow she persuaded the court that she needed support from Papoose. Oh, the audacity. But wait, it gets worse. You remember when Remy went public about those threatening messages from Papoose? Well, according to legal documents, I've seen them. Remy strategically filed for spousal support, claiming that she had become financially dependent on Papo during their marriage. Environment, yes. She used those texts to make herself appear to be the victim. But the crazy thing is that they weren't even that serious. It seems like all Papoose said in court was, "I need you to stop playing with me and sign these papers." That's it. The judge, oh baby, ate it up. Now, this is where Papo really took the fall during the court proceedings. Remy's lawyers produced the large receipts claiming that Papo had emotionally manipulated Remy during the marriage by controlling their finances and limiting her access to business opportunities. Let's face it, we all know that Papo was holding down the business side of things because Remy was imprisoned. According to court records, Papoose has been ordered to pay $30,000 a month in spousal support, not including the lump sum payment of $500,000 that he must give over immediately. It gets worse. If Papo misses even one payment, the court has the authority to seize his assets. including his music catalog and his real estate holdings, which means that he may have to sell his house to cover these payments. This isn't just messy. Court bought it. Remy's lawyer turned it into a story about control and financial abuse. And guess what? The court bought it. It's devastating. And while Papo is out there looking like a complete idiot, guess who's sitting pretty? Yes, Remy Ma was just seen shopping in Soho with Easy, the block captain. She was wearing a brand new designer bag that, let's be honest, Papoose probably paid for. Social media is dragging Papo right now. And let me read you some of the tweets because the internet is savage. Papo was out there writing love letters while signing court documents. Damn, Papo should start selling mixtapes on the street corner because that would bring in $330,000 a month. Papo is not doing well, according to people close to him. He was seen leaving the courthouse with tears in his eyes. He didn't even stop to speak to the press. He simply got in his car and left. The question now is, will Papoose fight this in court? Or will he just accept defeat? And will Remy continue playing this shady game? Or is this just the beginning? The fallout from this is going to be huge. And trust me when I say that it's just the beginning. Stay locked in because this story is far from over. If you thought this was just a straightforward divorce drama, think again. It's about betrayal, greed, and some of the most calculated moves we've seen in the industry in years. Papo didn't just lose in court, it was publicly humiliated and left broke. And Remy, oh honey, she knew exactly what she was doing. Exactly what she was doing. Let's go back to how this whole mess began. Capo and Remy have always had that ride or die mentality. When Remy was sent to prison in 2008, Papo held her down and visited her every week. He was devoted, the epitome of a down-for-life partner. And when Remy was released in 2014, Papoose was waiting for her. He married her in a courthouse ceremony while she was still incarcerated, demonstrating his love for her. For a while, it appeared that they were the ideal couple, doing joint interviews, appearing on the red carpet, and even landing a major spot on Love and Hip Hop. However, behind the scenes, things took a completely different turn, according to insiders. And you know I have my sources. Began to get close to Easy, the block captain. To refresh your memory, Easy is a battle rapper. But he's also been making moves in the industry lately. He's been getting endorsements, making appearances at clubs, and let's just say, spending a lot of time with Remy. At first, Papoose didn't think much of it because he trusted Remy and assumed it was just business. However, you know what happens? When you see your wife posting pictures of herself with another man all the time, laughing a little too much at his jokes, and attending his performances. There was something going on with EAS, and guess what she said? "You're being paranoid, baby." But Papo wasn't a fool, so he dug deeper, and what he discovered was awful. It turned out that Remy and E had been exchanging texts and late-night calls for months, and the messages weren't just business-related. They were personal ones, like "I miss you, can't wait to see you again." When Papo confronted Remy with the receipts, she flipped on him, asking why he was looking through my phone. "Don't you trust me? Excuse me? How are you the one cheating?" Setting up her next move well, while Papo was sitting at home writing love letters and taking care of the family. Remy was out meeting with divorce lawyers, not just any lawyers, but some of the best, in New York, and that's when things really started to get messy. See, Remy didn't just file for divorce. Kate went after Papa's pocketbook, claiming that she had become financially dependent on him during their marriage, and the court believed her. Now, let's be clear. Papo has been making money for years. He has real estate investments, music royalties, and let's not forget, he's been managing some behind-the-scenes business deals as well. Asterisk spouse, the court sided with her. And this is the part that will make you scream. Remy's attorneys claim that Papo hindered her career by managing their finances and preventing her from taking certain business decisions. As you are all aware, that is untrue, as Papo was actually the one who helped Remy get back on her feet after serving time in prison. But the court took it all in stride, and when the decision was made, it was awful. The judge gave Remy $330,000. a month in spousal support, which is $30,000 per month, or more than $160,000 annually simply for being Papa's ex-wife. That doesn't even include the lump sum payment of $500,000 that Papoose must give over right away. Papoose is screwed, according to sources, and he may have to sell off some of his real estate holdings to pay the bills. Additionally, the court has the authority to seize his assets, including his music catalog, if he fails to make even one payment. However, just days after the court's decision, Remy Ma was seen shopping in Soho with Easy, the block captain. She was wearing designer clothes and carrying a brand new Chanel bag. And guess who paid for it? Oh, honey, you already know. Papoose's money and social media, so they're dragging Papoose and not Papoose funding Remy and E's next trip. Papo should start putting together mixtapes again, because $30,000 ages 2 days after the court decision. Remy shared a picture of himself sitting courtside at a Knicks game on Instagram with the caption, "Winning season." A's has been talking about his relationship with Remy in a recent interview where he said, "We're just enjoying life. No hard feelings, no hard feelings. Baby Papoose is out here losing everything, and you're talking about no hard feelings." The disrespect, but wait till it gets worse. Remember Clarissa Shields, right? The same Clarissa who has been rumored to have had a little thing with Papo. Guess who appeared on Instagram Live? Clarissa and Baby had some things to say. "I don't know why everyone is acting surprised that Remy has been moving. Shady Papoose should have anticipated this." Clarissa even hinted that she tried to warn Papoose about Remy months ago, but he didn't listen. Now Clarissa feels vindicated, and Papoose isn't talking to anyone. Sources say that he's taking some time to gather himself and think about his legal options. But let's face it, what can he do? The question is, can he recover from this? Or is Remy going to walk away with the bag? Far from over, because if what I'm hearing is accurate, Papa's legal team is already preparing an appeal, and the receipts they're about to drop could completely turn the story upside down. Stay locked in, because the next chapter in the saga is going to be even messier. Oh honey, you thought this was over, baby? But we're just getting started, because the fallout from this alimony mess is hitting hard. Papa isn't just broke. His entire reputation is on the line, and the people he thought were on his side are abandoning him left and right. Remy Ma, oh, she's not just taking the bag. She's out here making power moves like a straight-up villain. Down for you, because the fallout from the scandal is worse than we thought. As a result, you would think that Remy would be relaxing after the court handed down that harsh decision to pay $30,000 a month in spousal support and $500,000 in lump sums. However, 2 days after the court's decision, Remy was spotted in Miami, with Easy, the block captain, of course, sipping cocktails by the pool and laughing like they didn't just rob a man blind. The part that really hurt was the outfit Remy was wearing from head to toe, including a Versace bikini, Louis Vuitton sunglasses, and a diamond necklace, to be worth at least $50,000. And guess whose money probably paid for that little shopping spree? Papoose's. But here's where things get really messy. Papoose didn't just lose in court. He's losing in the streets as well. Word on the street is that some of his closest friends are beginning to turn against him. And it's not because they don't support him. Rather, it's because Remy's team has been pressuring people to take sides. And guess who is siding with Remy? Fat Joe? Yes, Fat Joe. The same Fat Joe who once called Papoose family. It's the same Fat Joe who defended Pap when people called him soft for remaining faithful to Remy while she was in jail. As Pap was sitting at home trying to figure out how he's going to pay that $330,000 a month. DJ Clay, one of Pap's oldest industry connections, reportedly stopped taking Pap's calls. Sources claim that K. Slay warned Papo about this months ago, telling him that Remy was moving funny, but Pap didn't want to hear it. Now that Pap has no one in his corner, you know who I asked? Talking to Clarissa Shields, and baby, she's spilling all the tea. Clarissa went on Instagram Live last night Clarissa didn't hold back, and she hinted that Remy had been plotting for a while. She said that Remy had begun speaking with divorce lawyers nearly 2 years ago, while Pep was out there telling the world that their marriage was stronger than ever and that Clarissa wasn't done. She said that Remy had used Pep as a pawn, getting everything she wanted from him, including his loyalty, love, and money, and that Pep had allowed it to happen. It turns out that Remy not only won the alimony but also acquired ownership of one of the properties Pep purchased while they were. That's right, that lovely New Jersey home that Pat purchased as a new beginning for them after Remy was released from prison. Now, Pap has been told to leave the property within 60 days or face legal action, and Pap is having a hard time. According to insiders, Papoose has been staying at a friend's house because he can't afford to stay there. He's attempting to avoid selling his music catalog. But if Remy's team pushes for more financial penalties for late payments, he may be forced to leave. Papo is losing respect. The internet has turned against him in a way that we haven't seen in years. Some of these tweets, because the disrespect is real. Papo held Remy down while she was incarcerated, and now that he's paying her bills, weak. Papo better start making mixtapes again, because that $330,000 a month is going to hit differently. Remy isn't even trying to make things right. She's just stoking the flames. Yesterday, Remy shared a picture of herself and Eazy's sitting courtside at a Knicks game on Instagram. The caption said, "Nothing personal. Excuse me, nothing personal. You just took this man's money, his house, and his dignity, and you're calling it business. It gets worse, apparently." Behind the scenes, Captain has been quietly disparaging Papoose. According to a source close to him, EAS has been telling people that they should have anticipated this and that. Remy had been kicked out of that marriage for years. However, here's the thing. Eazy and Pap used to be cool. Pap helped Eazy get into certain industry circles, made some calls for him, and even helped him get a bet performance slot last year. This is how Eazy repays him, by helping Remy take him to the cleaners. Now, Pap is considering releasing a diss track directed at Remy. The studio is working with producers, and based on what I've heard, it's going to be nasty. One insider claimed that Pep isn't just angry, he's out for blood, and he's going to reveal some things about Remy that she isn't prepared for. Oh honey, if that happens, this situation will go from messy to completely toxic, and we haven't even discussed the legal side yet. Pap's lawyers have already filed a motion to appeal the alimony ruling, claiming that Remy's legal team misrepresented certain facts about their finances. If Pap's team can demonstrate that Remy lied under oath, the $30,000 monthly judgment could be completely thrown out. But Remy isn't backing down. The court made the right decision, and Papoose is more than capable of meeting his financial obligations. In fact, he may not even have a house in 2 months. But Remy is talking about obligations. And the worst part is that Pap doesn't even have a platform to defend himself. Remy's public relations team is already exerting pressure on blogs and news outlets to control the narrative, and Paps is finding it difficult to stay ahead of the story. If this appeal fails, Papoose might lose all of his remaining career. And guess what? Remy is already planning her next move. According to insiders, she and Iaz are in discussions with VH1 about a possible reality show called Love. Loyalty and betrayal, baby, are unavoidable. The question now is, what will Poe do next? Will he fight back? Or will he just accept the loss and let Remy walk away with everything? If that just tracks drops, then it's going to get messy. Stay locked in, because this story is far from over. The question now is, whose side are you all on? Did Papo bring this on himself by ignoring the warning signs? Or did Remy take it too far by playing with Papa's heart and his wallet? What about Eazy the block captain? Was he involved in the drama, or was he part of the plan? From my vantage point, it appears that he knew exactly what he was doing when he slid in and made it comfortable while Papo was out there keeping everything together. And let's not forget Clarissa Shields, who is out there talking as if she has more to say than we do, because, if the rumors are true, Pap actually did open up to Clarissa about the issues in his marriage. Then we may be witnessing an even bigger scandal. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Which side are you on? Hashtag Team PAPOOSE or hashtag Team Y? What about Easy? Is he winning in the game of love, or is he just riding the wave until it crashes? Music drops. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this tale is far from finished. I'll be back with all the receipts and breaking it down step by step.